Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another video for you today. And in this video, I need to speak about the whole things that have happened this week, especially with Ange Postecoglou. I know I was talking about Ange Postecoglou again when this was all last season, but I think because of what's happened over this week, Frank sacking, then Ange coming in to speak in the overlap, we all knew there was going to be a lot of revelation during that podcast on the overlap with Gary Neville and the gang there. And what he said was something of people said exposing Tottenham Hotspurs, exposing the club, exposing this club for their ambitions, exposing the club for the fact that they didn't believe in winning, and showing Ange what he was as a character and why he, what happened during that time, and the fact that he knew that he was going to be sacked as well. The only thing I would say is that it's kind of exposed. Yeah, he would say it's exposed it, but my argument is, and this is the first thing that I have to say, is that it's only shown what the other managers back with Pochettino first, then with Mourinho, and then the influence rant from Antonio Conte, that they exposed the club as well in their own way. You saw the influence rant from Conte, and there were some people on the fence that saying good on Conte for exposing the club, but there was other people that were saying, why are you having a guy at the club for? And blaming Conte. And Conte obviously left, and that season became the season it was. And then Pochettino, who, for me, again, I say again, never liked him when he came to Tottenham. I wanted Frank de Boer at Tottenham. We were already looking at Van Gaal, and he was our third choice. Did the season that he did the first season, ended up finishing strong. And then halfway through the season, that's when I started to really believe and see what Pochettino was all about. And that's when I fell in love with him. Mourinho, he said it himself. He wanted to go out and win the Carabao Cup. And because of those reasons, he ended up getting sacked, because Daniel Levy wanted to go in and try and get Champions League. He wanted to get Champions League. That was the only reason. That was the reason why Pochettino got sacked in the first place, being 14. He wanted Champions League qualification. And look what happened. He got sacked. And let's be honest here, no one would have known whether Jose Mourinho would have won that cup. But known by the optics, Mourinho had a very good record against Pep Guardiola. So it could have been a miraculous win for Tottenham Hotspur and would have stopped that drought of that trophy drought then. But again, would the same energy would have been put for Mourinho? I don't think so. As for Ange Postecoglou, Conte. Now, Conte messed up 100%. Like Pochettino, he messed up 100%. He did. But he exposed the club as well. So what I'm saying is to all these Tottenham fans, all these Ange fans, I'm sorry I have to say it, Ange fans, they've all come out in spades now since Ange Postecoglou's come out. What I'm saying to you them is that Ange Postecoglou has not exposed the club. He's only proven those managers were not the fault of Tottenham Hotspur's downfall. It's all been about Enoch. And this is where it gets hard. And again, just to put some context to this at the moment and say what my thoughts are at the moment about Ange Postecoglou. I said I was wrong about him, about winning. He proved me wrong. I did the video. Everyone saw it. I didn't like Ange Postecoglou. And I still don't like Ange Postecoglou. I don't think of him fondly. I didn't like that season last season. I didn't enjoy it. I stopped going. And the reasons for that is that he could have In those second leg, when he was defensive and counter-attacking against Bodo Glimt away from home and Frankfurt away from home, he could have done that in the Premier League and we wouldn't have been 17th. He would have earned a little bit more respect. He would have earned a lot more respect if he did that. But he knew that he was going. So the focus was always on the league. And because the fact that the teams were so bad, he was allowed that virtue of doing that. And you see, from that final, it was all down to Van der Ven and Romero that managed the squad, managed the team throughout those games. And yeah, we scored goals, but because the teams were going for it. And he got lucky. He got lucky in terms of they managed the team through those away games, which Van der Ven's proven it. He said it already. And people don't want to just completely ignore it. And then managed the final and he got the cup. Well done to Ange, but a lot of credit goes to the Van der Ven and Romero, who have not stepped up. Well, they've stepped up a little bit this season and been our best players this season in front of goal and defensively as well. So, yeah, he won. I gave him credit because he's proven me wrong. But doesn't mean I have any emotion towards him. And that's the fact. And the thing is that people saying that, oh, he should have got season 3. Look what happened at Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest was a defensive team. He could have done the same thing. He could have shown that he changed from his experience at Tottenham. But he didn't. And maybe he was hiding to nothing going to Nottingham Forest with Marinakis in charge. But that was the time to prove himself. And again, we sacked Frank. Why do we not go back to Ange if he was so good? No, because they would have looked at Nottingham Forest and said, he hadn't learned nothing. He had the same coaching staff as well. So, again, this is down to opinion now. The fact is, yes, he's a winner. There's no doubt about it. But then I'll go on to something that people don't want to hear. Don't want to hear about it because Tottenham Hotspur have won trophies before with managers. One manager was George Graham. Remember him? 1999. League Cup, Worthington Cup back then. He won the Worthington Cup. And who was the captain of that ship? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the captain of the ship? I'm talking to you, Celios. Big up to you, by the way. You should subscribe to Spurs Corner, by the way. Links will be in the description, by the way, as well. Who was the captain? Oh, Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell. But we don't think so fondly of him, though, don't we? Oh, we don't. And this is where the truth really hurts. It cuts. The fact is, Sol Campbell left Tottenham Hotspur because he wanted trophies. The trophies that we were told, I'm told by Tottenham fans saying Enid are not ambitious enough. But they give so much flack to Sol Campbell for wanting to win trophies. Yes, he went to Arsenal. He could have gone Man United. He could have gone Barcelona. He could have gone to the world of Real Madrid. But the point is, though, he left for ambition. So that wasn't the fault of Sol Campbell. Yeah, he might have lied. He might have said a little white lie. But unfortunately, morals don't happen in football. It don't happen in life. People lie. Listen, it's not right. No, it's not. But he lied because he had ambition. Maybe if Harry Kane did that, he wouldn't have been waiting for his trophy so long. If he wasn't thinking about himself. Because players have got a short career, like managers. Oh, yeah, by the way, the manager that won the trophy, Worthington Cup, George Graham, got sacked by Enid. Got in Glenn Hodden. Look how that worked out well for us, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen. Look how that worked out for us. Not very well, didn't it? Again, Ramos won the trophy Again, finished low in the table as well, like Ange. What do? We sell Berbatov, we sell Robbie Keane, and we get in Campbell, Fraser Campbell, and Pavlyuchenko late in the window. Where's the same energy for them? Where's the same energy for Ramos? You see, I know my history as a Tottenham fan. I wasn't born as a Tottenham fan when Ange was the manager. I've seen Tottenham win trophies. I've seen Tottenham do things. So I can put things into context, you see. And the thing is, though, the thing that's fascinating about this, the people who haven't won trophies like Mourinho, Pochettino, Conte, they're decimated by some of our fan base. They say, oh, Pochettino's a fantastic team, and Harry Kane and Son and Dele Alli and Ericsson and Walker and Rose and Trippier and Luis and all these players and Alderweireld and Vertonghen and Dembele and Dyer. Virgil van Dyer, I called him, because some Spurs fans called him. If you actually look at it in context, when you were living back then, and I was living back then, because I remember it very fondly, no one thought that team was going to be very good. Pochettino made that team. Pochettino put that team together with Jesus as well, his assistant. He's the one that did it. He's the one that coached that team and his assistant. Yes, he should have won things and he made bad decisions, but no one expected Dembele to be Dembele. Dembele was more worried about arguing with Adebayor back in his Pochettino's first year and getting into arguments with him under Sherwood. Ericsson was good, but up and down. And also, Dembele was a winger, by the way. He was a winger. He wasn't a midfielder maestro. That was because of Pochettino. Vertonghen was up and down. He was having arguments with Capoue, I think it was. Rose and Walker were just mediocre. Very massively mediocre players. Luis was okay. Harry Kane was never Harry Kane. No one believed in him. He was behind Adebayor and Soldado. They were going to try and sell him, possibly. Even Pochettino said it in the podcast that he did last week, I think a couple of weeks ago. I mean, we had Nasser Chadli, who would do better than some of these players we've got right now. He's done better than bloody Timo Werner, that below average Shane Long. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, he had play, and yeah, he made his mistakes. When we didn't buy anybody, he turned down Tillemans. And yeah, that was a bad mistake for me, because he wanted to, didn't want to stop Harry Winks' progression. That was the wrong choice. Yeah, 100%. In hindsight, yeah, he should never have done that. But then there's arguments for Mourinho as well. Mourinho. I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to go with this. Mourinho didn't even have a squad. He had the Fernandes, which wasn't the right Fernandes, that went to Manchester United. He had Bergwijn, who would really, let's be honest, he'd be better than some of the wingers that we've got right now. Lamella. I mean, Pochettino Lamella. That everyone thought he spent too much money on him. Look how good he turned out to be. Son. I mean, there's so many arguments. And yeah, they didn't win anything, but the achievements of what they did with the team shouldn't be overlooked at all. But what I'm saying is, this is nothing to do with the managers. It's not to do anything about the fans. It's about Enoch. That's the point I'm making. So the narratives that are spun about Postecoglou and after what he said, really, he's only saying what everybody else has said. And the same energy should be for those managers, even if they haven't won it. And those are this is all those Ange fans. And I'm sorry it cuts the truth, but you can't let it go about Sol Campbell. You can't let it go. You never will let it go about calling him that name, which is disgusting, by the way. But he left because of ambition. And Tottenham Hotspur are now where they are because of Enid. And also about two people that, for me, shouldn't even be anywhere near this football club, Johan Lang and Vinay. But did I actually tell you so in a video last year when Levy left? The Oracle speaks again, like I said. This is your main event. Your professor of truth and entertainment, the ratings killer. Your nightmare. Your Oracle, Mr. Box Office. And if you don't know, you should get to know. More truth coming soon on Mr. Box Office TV. Keep liking and subscribing to get me to 2,000 subscribers because you know there's more hits coming out soon. And as always, sorry I had to tell some truths, but it's how it is. You know what I mean? Back to life, back to reality, like I said. If you didn't know, get to know. Support your boy, Mr. Box Office. Subscribe and like. Come on, you Spurs. And I'm out.